Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land this evening? Well, this morning I've been having a little bit of fun trying to get some stuff reorganized. What I'm actually trying to do today is I'm trying to find all of my mounts that I have from my cameras so I can get them put up and around all these places around in the boat. And I dug into the V-berth this morning and they weren't up there. So I think they're back here behind me in this lazarette. And for some reason, the dog's just gone goofy this morning. Now what are you doing? She just seems like she's really excited. I guess because I moved a bunch of stuff around in the V-berth, all of a sudden she's just real excited this morning. Apparently right now she's trying to get at one of her little chew toys or something. So, but at the moment I am assembling the big guns. Getting the big tackle organized and ready. Now that I've got the rod rack up and all the rods up in the rod rack, I figured it was time to go ahead and get these all assembled so that should the time come that I get someplace where I want to do some big fishing, I can do it. Now this is actually my best rod. This is a Penn Senator 6'6", 9/0, 60 to 80 pound line rod, and it's got a, I'll have to move the camera so you can see it. It's got that kind of a tip on it. This is the heaviest of my heavy equipment. Now this is certainly not a really super heavy stuff. Not the kind of stuff you'd want to go after, you know, giant tuna with or that kind of stuff. But, you know, it'll handle some sailfish, mahi-mahi, marlin, that kind of stuff. So what I'm doing today is I'm trying to put the reels on and get these rods all set up so that should I get someplace where I can start trolling, I'm all set up to go do that. So. And this particular rod, this mounts on like thusly, see that? And then you'll be tightening these down on there. And that will hold that reel in place. And then I have to attach the little backing plate things here. Let me kind of turn this down so you can see what I'm doing a little bit. There we go. See, on this reel it's mounted, it's got this backing plate that goes on there that helps support the fishing reel, and you're not just relying on the ferrules to hold it in place. So a little bit heavier gear. You know, this is made for catching much larger fishes. You know what? I'm mounting this backwards, folks. Let me turn that around. When I reel, the rod's going to be up in the up position. The rod's going to be in this position, and I want to reel on the other side. So I just caught that I was putting that on backwards. So let me turn that around. There we go. There's always a left and a right to doing this. And there we go. Now we have it on correctly. Been a while since I have mounted and unmounted this on this rod. Takes a little reminder sometimes, but these two nuts go on tight. You want to keep this balanced and level. So today I'm going to just get this assembled real quick. My other big game rod, which I was going to mount my my other big reel onto, it lost a guide getting bounced around here on the boat, and so I'm gonna have to figure out some way of fixing that or replacing that. Probably a rod shop somewhere here. I should talk to the guy over at the tackle shop and see if he's got a guy here that can do that. I don't do that kind of work. I don't have a shop set up for that. You need a blank turner. They put the, there we go. You put the, that's in nice and tight. You put the rod into a device that allows it to spin. So there's my Penn Senator line on my Penn Senator rod, all set and ready to go. So let me adjust you back up. So who did I miss in the chat? I guess Don's the first guy on here. Hey Don, how you doing, ma'am? So anyhow, so that rod is now ready to go. Should I need to get a big rod out quickly, I'm all set up. And as you can see, I've got my spinning rods are all up there ready to go. I've got one rod set up just for playing here in the bay. I've got these two rods set up. I have a couple of spare spinning reels. I'd actually like to get a rod to match this Penn Slammer. This is a good reel. I'd like to have that set up as well. But my other two big rods were damaged. So, and this is why it was important for me to get that rod rack. You see this ferrule here is gone. This should be a guide like that, and that's broken. So I have to, I guess, undo all of this and tie on a new one and then rewrap this. But in order to do this kind of wrapping, you need to have the rod go into a jig that allows it to spin, so you can lay all that line on, because that's a lot of thread to be on there. So, and I don't have one of those, nor would I have room for one of them on the boat. So I need to figure out how to do that. I'll call the guy over here at the local tackle shop and see if he's got a local rod guy that can fix that for me, because this is a Shakespeare sturdy stick, not an expensive rod. Obviously the ferrules weren't that great to begin with, but I need to get that fixed before I mount a reel to it. There's no point in mounting a reel to it until I get that done. So anyhow, I thought while I was working on that, I would live stream so you guys could kind of see some of the stuff I'm doing. And then I'd like to also go ahead and replace some fishing line on some of my reels. Some of my line's pretty old. This is Berkeley Trilene Big Game 60-pound test. So monofilament, pretty big stuff. That's what I have on my little Penn 340 GT. This is my other sort of big game, for me, big game reels. I don't see any point in me going for anything bigger than that. I really don't need to catch 200, 800, 600 pound fish. I need to catch, ideally, you know, 10, 12 pound fish, so I get a couple fillets out of it. And that's about all I can really deal with on a little boat. You know, that's just part of living on a small boat. I have limited refrigeration. I don't have the ability to freeze a whole bunch of fish. So catching a great big fish like that would be kind of, you know, ridiculous for me, because I would have to just catch and release. You know, I couldn't possibly use that much fish meat up before it would go bad. Of course, you know what you do in those situations, you catch a big fish like that, you fillet it all up, you go around the anchorage and deliver fish to everybody. That's kind of a common thing to have done. But anyhow, I just wanted to say good morning to everybody, let you know we're alive and well, living here on the boat, getting some projects done. And now I've got that mounted. I'm gonna put the rest of this stuff up and then dig into the quarter berth here next to me, see if I can find my camera mount so I can get all those put up today. Trying to improve the quality of the videos I'm putting up, so you guys can have some better stuff to watch. So that's what that's all about. I did upload 2 new videos this morning. I've got my AT&T. I've got my ability to hotspot with my phone, so I can use my laptop again on the boat. I uploaded 2 videos this morning. One was for Wide Waters Drive-In in Lockport, New York. My buddy Jim there. I made a video for him for his place for he can use for promotion or what have you. Kind of like an infomercial kind of thing. And then today I uploaded onto my Patreon account a new video about Lizza in the Rigging, it's titled. It's about Al Lizza and is working on my halyards and stuff. So if you're a member of Patreon, you can watch that today. If not, it'll be out for the general public here in, well, about a week or so. So in the meantime, I'm still working on another video about a day in the life here on the boat. And, you know, we're going to do stuff as we can. So in any event, you guys have a good time. I hope you enjoyed watching me mount the reel on a rod, but just a little something to do. We'll have more for you later this evening. So you guys be good, be careful, take good care of one another, and we will see you then. Bye.